found out why Musk did it. He did it because he was pissed off at Biden for not inviting him to the electric vehicle summit. That's why. He was pissed that Biden didn't invite him to the electric vehicle summit. You know how I found out? Because Kamala talked about it in her book. Yes, that's exactly why. That's exactly why. He was pissed off, and Kamala had told Joe, she said, Joe, I think you need to invite him. And Joe was like, no, because he like does some shady shit or something. I forgot exactly what the reason was. Joe had a good reason. However, you're talking electric vehicle, like Joe had a good reason. He really did have a good reason. But this whiny baby literally put Trump in because Joe didn't invite him to the party. When I tell you, this is what we have. A bunch of men who were hurt by their daddies, who were the losers of their lives. Oh my God. They need therapy. They need therapy worse than anything. And it's funny because there are a lot of people who've been bullied in their life. I am one of them. I was bullied one time by some girls in 11th grade. And yes, for some reason, it did scar me a little bit. Because, you know, they just talked about me a lot. And I was like, what for? I'm a nerd. I ain't got nothing you want. You a top cheerleader. Shut the fuck up. Kiss on your football boyfriend. But they always made fun of my hair. I don't give a shit about hair. In case y'all haven't noticed, like I'm about to cut this stuff back off. I don't care about hair. I never have. Hair is just a waste of time. I like the choice of hair. I ain't trying to be bald unless I want to. And so they bullied me. But what I did not do was become mega mind, make a whole bunch of billions of dollars so I can turn around, make a hit list. Like, we don't do that. We don't do that. Welcome. All right, y'all. So we are going to get to that, but I want to ask this question first. So I'm going to ask this question of what the hell is up with the Republican Party? Because I don't understand. So we're going to do a little 5-card reading here. What the hell is up with the Republican Party? I just don't understand. I don't understand. All right. So, like I said, the first card we're going to drop is going to represent them. So we're going to represent them as a whole. So first card going down. Thank you, baby. I don't know about tenacity. Sometimes I'm a little stubborn, you know, but other times, like, listen. Okay. So this is going to be the Republican Party. Oh, that makes sense. Republican Party. And we got this yesterday when we were talking about what was going to happen in October. So this is the Republican Party. People who refuse to face the pain. People who like to prolong suffering. People people who got their heart broken. And so they're turning around and hurting people. All right. So what is the main message conveyed by this dream? How can I turn that? Okay. So I'm going to turn that into so if it's theme, all right, let's get the theme then. What has them being such vacant souls or evil souls? So this second card is going to be that theme. Is like, why are they so damn evil? What's happening? Why do they get behind him? Is that it? No. Okay. Why do they get behind him? Like what is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, hi, Toya. What is wrong with them? That's what I want to know. What is it? What made them do this? What is it? What is the main reason they got behind this loser? Is that it? No. Okay, that just fell. Oh, thank you. You lit up the hearts. I appreciate you so much. You are giving to my passport fund. I have 5 people to get a passport for. So thank you for adding to my passport fund. Okay. What is the main reason? What's the main reason? Is this it? Yes. Okay, but 1 or 2? Because Hell nah. Don't give me 3 cards. Take 3 cards. Take 3 cards. Are you serious? Oh, well, okay. Okay. Okay, this don't make sense though, but okay. All right, so the connected event. Um, so, oh, let me tell you. It's more than just hate from Obama, because that was the Tea Party. The Tea Party were actually the people who hated Obama. Okay, so for some reason the theme came out in 3 cards. All right, so we're looking at the moon in reverse, which is about confusion. Okay, this makes sense. Confusion, fear, illusion, and deception. I think that makes sense, right? That's why they went with him. Also, it is this. So this is 6 of Swords, and it is transition, moving on, travel, progress, and personal growth. It's definitely going to be for personal reasons, but every time I see this, I imagine somebody in a prison of their own mind, right? So they think they can't get out of it. All they can see is the trap, instead of realizing there's a whole 3 sides that are open. They just need to push the orange guy who's driving the damn boat out of the fucking way. All right. So anyway, this is making sense. This is actually making sense. And then the third reason as to why they went with him is this. So it is about endings, transformation, change, and rebirth. So, I don't think it's really the beginning part. I think it really is the ending part, because one, they might be trapped in it, supernaturally trapped. And I'm saying supernaturally because it just might be their destiny right now, right? It is their destiny to help put all this stuff into the trash receptacle. Like, I think they're stuck. They chose to be bad players, and now they're stuck in their role. So that's what I'm getting, is like, this is to end it, right? Yeah, Candy. All right, so this is going to be the connected event. So let's get into the shutdown then. So why did these soulless people... Okay. It brings it back to the nostalgia thing. Actually, no, it's not the nostalgia part. You see that as childhood, innocence, and generosity, but it's the generosity part. They are being paid for that. They are being paid. He's like, you rub my back, I'll rub your back. Like, we're going to do that together, okay? So, and they think, and you see that saying, it says the best way to create your future is the best way to predict your future is to create it. And so this is them trying to create their future, right? And somebody said something really, really good. The family? Which one is that? Which one is that? Okay. Someone said something in a video that I was watching really, really good about the whole capitulation part. And, oh man, y'all have got to see it. It was on Democracy Docket, and he was interviewing this woman who wrote this book about fascism. And man, was that a good conversation. And so, hold on. I got to add another thing for my passport fund. Passport fund. Okay, so finger hearts are complete. Thank you so much again. Now we're on to perfume. Okay. I'm trying to get this passport fund together. Hey, Snarly you. Passport fund. Okay, what's a perfume? That's this guy. All right, so we're just going to do, those are 20 cents. All right, y'all. Those are 20 cents. So we're just going to do 10 of those. Okay. So they said with the capitulation thing, and it makes so much sense, because when they said it, I was like, yeah, I understand how that goes. So basically it was like, if I do it for you this one time, if I just say yes one time, then I won't have to do it again. But what you do when you capitulate to a bully, or you capitulate to a wannabe dictator, is when you do it one time, they realize that you are weak as F. And so you're also now compromised. And so you're just going to keep doing whatever they want you to do. because now you done painted yourself into a corner. And I was like, duh, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. All right, so it says, what is repressed? So what feelings are they having to repress? What feelings are they having to repress in order to be these soulless, vampiric, devilish imps, lemmings who are jumping off the cliff to follow their orange shit-stained leader? And then what's really funny is they think he is the leader, and they don't realize that the tech boys are just waiting for their turn. All right. That's interesting. You know what word jumps out here? So this is the Five of Pentacles. So, yeah, I got that you were talking about the Invisible War, so I'm going to look that up. So this is the Five of Pentacles, and you see these words here, right? Is hardship, poverty, insecurity, need, and isolation. Y'all know those three words are jumping out at me. That they are insecure, so they're trying to repress their insecurity, trying to repress their need for validation and pets on the head, and they are isolating themselves, but they're trying to pretend like they're not, like they're actually part of a group, but people in their families and their friend groups are turning against them. So, and they did it for money. They sold their souls for money. All right, so what's the lesson? It says, what do you need to learn from this dream in your waking life? What should you do? So let me put it on them. What do they need to learn from this moment? And what should they do? All right. So what do the Republicans need to learn from this moment? And what should they do? And I'm talking about the Republicans in Congress. Not the people who voted for them. Interesting. Is that all? Is that all? Yeah. All right. So this is card 5. So this is what they need to do. This is what they need to do to fix the problem. Actually, there is no fixing. This is what they need to do to avoid further problem. Is interestingly enough, and y'all know we got this card yesterday for the October predictions. So the last week of October is going to actually end in their tower moment. But the tower moment is like sudden change and the shit is over. Like it's upheaval. It's revelation, right? But they got it in the reverse. So what they need to do is avoid the disaster. What they need to do is help us not tear down the rest of this Constitution. What they need to do is to actually delay the inevitable, because what's going to happen if they keep capitulating is that not just the orange, but everybody behind him is going to tear this country apart even more. All right. And honestly, they need to stop fearing change. Because listen, white people are not, well, they're still the majority, but they're not actually losing numbers. It's just everybody else is gaining numbers. You know, you let 100,000 Cubans in to Miami in the 80s. Guess what? 40 years later, they all had children. So, what is this for them too? Is this a need? Okay. So I guess to add to it then, since it is like, what should they be doing? Is they need to embrace inspiration. They need to like listen to us. They need to become heralds. They need to start telling. They need to stand up. They need to really just explore these uncharted territories of what it is to lose. They need to be able to lose. They need to get out their positions. They need to listen to the people. This feels, it's a maybe card, but it feels like this just feels like standing up. You know, and it's interesting because it's a fire card and they're in red and all that stuff. But it's like they need to just stand up. So let's just revisit this whole thing real quick. The reading was about what the hell is wrong with these what the hell is wrong with these Republicans. And so These are the people who refuse to face the pain. They refuse to face the pain. They're interested in prolonging the suffering, their own suffering also. They're in denial. Like Mike Johnson literally shut down the government, and then they put a hit on the guy who was going to release the grinder info. It's just so funny, but it's not funny at all, right? So they're avoiding confrontation. So these are literally the Republicans. This is what's going on with them. This is how they ended up in the situation they're in, kissing the ring of that guy. And that is, I'm so not used to this unmirrored thing. So that is because they are confused and they are scared. And the way this man casually talks about ending people, I can believe that. They're confused or scared. They had bought into the illusion that they would be powerful. Instead, they're just pussycats. And they also thought they were trapped, you know, because dude told them he got them by their balls. And they were like, oh no, he has them. Can't move. Instead of thinking, grab his, twist, pull, get away. You know, and then there's a death card here, which is, I also think they are now purposed and locked in for this, right? For this thing that they're in. So the connected event, why did they do the shutdown? Because they took money for it. Because they thought, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. And yeah, that was just dumb. And then we had what they're repressing, and they're repressing their own insecurity. They're suppressing their own need for validation. They are also repressing the fact that people are leaving them. Like they are being isolated. Their friends are disappearing. Their family is embarrassed and disowning them. So they're repressing all of that in order to keep going forward in this soulless thing that they're doing. And so what do they need to learn from this? They need to learn that they need to avoid this disaster, right? This is what they need to be doing. They need to avoid the disaster that is inevitable right now. And stand the F up. Stand the F up to the orange guy. And get some balls. Borrow inspiration from South Korea, from Nepal, from Kenya, from France, from everybody who's not American, who stood up for their own damn rights. And that's the Republican Party.